peel all the wallpaper off.
Somebody need glasses.
That's why I came down to vacuum like, oh my gosh.
I was in a hurry. So that's actually a screenshot. You can see the screen.
Oh,
Okay.
because I laughed too when I opened the door.
door.
I moved everything.
All right, let's call it to order and say the Pledge of Allegiance, if you will. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Chris won't be joining us tonight. He tested positive for COVID, so he is hanging out at home.
There's a lot of people.
You guys have an agenda? It's a short one.
What?
Agenda? It's a short one. Alright, call to order, pledge of allegiance. Vote on the sewer and water ordinance. That is, you won't have a copy of that because I don't want a whole bunch of unsigned copies running around. But that is pretty much missing now. Here it is. This is just the ordinance that restates our increase in prices, or our current rates. We couldn't find a updated ordinance. This is the amending ordinance from 2009. So it pretty much just states our new ordinance prices. Does anybody want to see it? It's not the entire water ordinance. It's also printed big, in case anybody can't see for some reason.
Clearly I've complained about my eyesight too much. Made everything extra long.
It just states the new prices and vacates the old ordinance from 2009.
How much is an increase?
I don't remember.
Base is 56.50 now.
Yeah. We just need to get an ordinance put on the record and get it posted. Makes it official.
Gotcha. It's the same piece.
Did I make doubles?
Yeah.
No. Probably I can't figure it out. So, is there a motion
Important one.
to approve? Do you have an ordinance number on top of that? We're gonna call this, what's
Do
today?
the day.
9/3. We're gonna call this ordinance number 2024-9-3, stating the current water rates, amendment to ordinance 31009. Is there a motion to accept this ordinance?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays?
It's like 2039.
And then that's a double. Where'd the double go?
I've got it.
Good enough. You sign that. All right, motion carries for the water ordinance. Tennis court ceiling. So, I have 4 votes for the tennis court. They all use the same exact sealant. One is 4,400, 8440, odd number, 4,900, 4,350, and 4,550. So pretty much all the same. Various places. We have Miller Asphalt. You guys can see these if you want. We have 3D Property Maintainers. That's who we've used for demolitions and ditch cleaning, kind of tried and true. Show Me Seal Right. And Bates.
What was the prices on?
45.50 for Bates. 44.84.40 for Show Me Right Sealant. 43.50 for Miller. And 4,900 for 3D Property Maintainers.
Well, I think it should be pretty cut and dry. Who we take is the least amount. 43.50 for Miller.
What are they sealing up them big cracks with? They're gonna put some sort of rubberized something in there?
Yeah, it's in there.
There's some pretty good gaps in that concrete.
Just that one off the top, sealing cracks, covering with MAC 52 sealer. I think all the quotes called out the MAC 52. I guess that's kind of the go-to. So if they're all doing the same thing and are about the same price, that's
Right.
up to you guys to make a motion if you want to choose them or review them first.
Well, I think the lowest one, I mean, I don't know anything about them, but
I know Melvin Miller.
pretty good. I mean.
He's very honest. He's not your typical asphalter. I make a motion that we agree to have Melvin Miller do the ceiling of the tennis courts with the lowest bid of $43.50.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. You got that in minutes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put that's all. So I'll take care of that. We can get that done before winter. And then throughout winter, just think about what the next step is. We put a whole lot of money towards park this year, so lights. I did get a quote for concreting the parking lot. I think I might have shared that already.
Yeah, we talked about it last time.
$40,000.
Yeah.
I think it was, I don't know, there's not enough information to put out an option for you guys yet, but that'll probably be, well, if this is all the way, I'll probably move on that and try to get that the next step. I'm not so sure that wouldn't be just, if it's good enough for now, or tar chip, or.
I wonder if we could get those, what are they? The asphalt chunks they grind up.
Oh, yeah, the milling.
Miller?
The millings.
Millings,
You know,
Kind of even it out a little bit.
yeah,
Mm.
There
pack
might
it
still
in.
be some millings up at the feed store. I think, what's his name's done with those?
Yeah. Is it ECM?
I'm not sure. I can look into that though.
I mean, that might be the cheapest way and just pack it in good and,
Good
yeah,
enough for now.
yeah.
Alright, so, I'll write that on there. Check on milling. Alright, approval of the bill. Mr. Gray.
I have one additional bill that's not on the list. It's real estate taxes of $189 for 250 East Bryan Street.
So that falls under our I know we sold that a long time ago, but it took a long time to get that paperwork sorted out. So we ended up landing in another tax season. But that property is complete and out of our hands.
We didn't handle that when we closed on it.
No. There was something called a P-tax document that we didn't think we needed and we did need, and then he tried to go transfer the title and they said they needed it. It took this long to make it happen.
Okay.
But it is for sure complete. So we're also gonna have Zach on the payroll.
Yeah, that'll be $600. It didn't make the cut.
Did
Mary
we?
had run all the reports before I opened
yeah.
the email.
I didn't get it until
Yeah.
I sent it to you immediately. Can we go ahead and approve that though? So if you write it, I can go ahead and get that out to him.
And I'm wondering if we could go ahead and approve the Ameren and Nicor bills.
I don't see why not.
They're just
Stevens
normal
bill.
utilities that haven't come in yet, but if we wait till the next board meeting, they're gonna be late, probably.
Okay. Stephen brought up that I may have not given you the invoice to it or the contract. So we were leasing that property, an acre of property for $500.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded me that we hadn't settled up on that yet.
I need to see a bill.
Okay. I'll get that to you this week.
Okay. All right.
Anything else?
Not sure what we bought at Golden Ruler. I didn't have a ticket. Paper.
Woo! Paper's expensive.
Walmart cheaper.
It might be.
I don't know.
You're not talking toilet paper, right?
No.
Okay.
In my experience, pricing.
Is this
sometimes-
cheaper at Sam's?
I don't know about paper specifically, but
Can you get the topic paper thing?
You can get it at Walmart.
Yeah, we could look at it, price it at Walmart. We can't do Sam's because we don't have Sam's card.
I don't have a card.
I mean,
Walmart.
you don't have a Walmart card?
No.
Oh, that might be the one I have in my
I
wallet.
thought the village had one.
You want it back? I do.
we do.
Not a Sam's card.
Walmart, I know.
It's in my wallet, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, we trade it back and forth whenever Helene needs it for printer supplies. I give it to her, and then
Gotcha.
Claire needs it. Yep. All right. Anything else on there? Is there a motion to approve the bills?
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Financial reports.
Any questions, Kelsey?
Nope.
Page 2. When was the first property tax bill due?
28,
28th of August?
I think. Yeah, it was.
So 30 days we should be getting our distribution on the property taxes. I noticed last year at this time we'd gotten $8,600 by now.
Okay.
So on page 2, general fund, income tax revenue, sales tax, use tax, cannabis use tax. You guys are gonna have to step up the pace on those gummies. Good lord, that's only $52.
$50.
Is that all we get a month from that?
Yeah, the state gets the rest of it.
Yeah.
We probably get 2.5% and they get 30%. Yeah, they share really well. Page 3 is the year to date, since the beginning of the fiscal year through tonight. Again, there's a difference in the revenue because we don't have our first installment of property tax yet. We're a little bit ahead in income tax revenue and sales tax.
I'll get a bunch more this year. I don't know how that works, if we do or not. We have to levy any amount change, don't
On the income tax,
we? Yeah.
that's just shared revenue from the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get. How all that went up, so. So we'll get a higher percentage.
Depends on how the economy does in Illinois.
We don't need to get in that today.
Yeah.
I can figure
We'll
it
be here
out.
all night.
Yeah.
But year to date, we're up $13 on the cannabis use tax. have done a little better. Page 6, the water fund since the last board meeting. Revenue's up a bit. It's always, looking at it month to month is hard to compare because of the way the board meetings fall and whether it's early in the beginning of the month or later on.
Yeah, there was even hundreds of dollars deposits today.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to tell.
And then page 7, year to date. And I have an error under that bond interest payments. That had already been accrued, so that should come to 0. And it'll come off the balance sheet on page 5. I thought I had corrected that, but apparently I had not. So expenses are $6,000 less, so they're really in line with last year.
Okay.
Year to date.
Well, that's better.
Yeah, that's more better. Page 11. Go sewer.
There are going to be sewer expenses next meeting. Walnut Street, highway, sump pit, lift station.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad yet, but I don't know what it's gonna be. But we'll draw on that next month.
Mm-hmm. Page 12, year to date. And we've had our usual big expense so far, that sewer tax that we pay Illinois EPA at $2,500.
For absolutely no reason.
Absolutely none. You know, it's not, I don't know what it's based on. It must be a base rate because there's villages a lot larger than us that pay the same $2,500.
Yeah, there's literally no reason.
No rhyme or reason.
There's no service rendered whatsoever.
Just another tax.
Yep.
Motor fuel on page 15. Collected our allotment. And no expenses.
Okay, so since motor fuel, put on the agenda, also covers sidewalks and signs and stuff like that. How much do we have?
We have a total of $132,000 in motor fuel tax.
Okay, so that number right there.
And the engineer puts together a bunch of forms for IDOT and has to be approved. And motor fuel tax runs on a calendar year. It's really weird. You know, we're on a fiscal April 30th, but they're on a calendar year. So I don't, well, you can talk to the engineer to see what the timing of that is. It might be in January, you know, for 2025.
Okay, it won't be this year. I don't see it happening. Not in September.
Okay, that's my story.
Alright. Sounds reasonable.
Any questions?
I think I'm good. You did good this month.
Make a motion to approve financial report.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Thanks, Bob.
Hey,
Bye,
Bob.
Bob.
He said things to
Alright,
do.
there's no update on picture plat because Chris is not here. I'll be in cahoots with him this week about that final property. I kind of wanted that done by winter. It might be better to wait until, if it does land in the winter time anyway, for the bug problem. I hope. Anyway, on to visitors' comments. Mr. Kimball?
Does anybody else want to go for me?
I don't care. I can go from this way or this way.
It don't matter, I just wanted a few minutes, so I just didn't know if you guys want to go ahead, I don't know.
No, you go ahead.
Steven, what do you got?
What do I have? Nothing.
You pass? Mr. Spangler?
Well, I haven't heard the rest of the meeting yet, but I had a couple questions about that tennis court.
Yep.
The ceiling of the tennis court. I know you already voted on it, and I'm all in favor of it. But is there any differences in, I didn't hear what is the surface? And is there any kind of a warranty or guarantee or?
They're back there.
And what is the surface for tennis or multi-purpose?
So what it was, when they built that in the 70s, they did put a proper tennis court,
Yeah,
but years ago it was way too expensive to upkeep. So we're pretty much, it's just been sealed over the years. And this isn't the first time. We're putting sealer on top of sealer, but it's been a long time.
yeah, it's been a while, I'm sure.
So it's gonna be a basic crack filler and
So it's a cleaning,
cleaning.
debris removal, fill the cracks, and then some kind of a top coat.
Yeah, that Mac 52 stuff. So it's basic sealer.
Yeah.
Every
And then
time.
you talked about doing pickle courts or something like that. In
Yeah,
there.
that'll be next. I'm just kind of doing
That's on the
one,
next.
one thing at a time.
Yeah. What about so we can use that tennis court, or not tennis court, but what about the basketball courts? Are those back in order yet, or they still need?
The one still broke. I kind of had the question that I was going to bring up during the pickleball thing. 'Cause Barry built a retractable
Yeah.
net, and then if somebody wants to play full court, they can. So the next board question is going to be if we need two basketball
Okay,
courts.
so we can't hold off on replacing that stuff very long, because the court will be,
It'll be winter.
aging. So we can't go like next year.
No, we're going to do that this year.
Okay.
I'm going to call them and tell them they're go.
So, but I like the basketball. I see them playing basketball, occasionally.
Yeah, they do.
Tennis, I don't think anybody plays much anymore, but.
Not much. I think pickleball's the way to go, but we're going to leave the tennis net
And
up.
is that pickleball, is it playing the same court as tennis?
It's like
Do
tennis,
we
only
need
the
to-
court's
do we
a
need to
different
change
size.
Anything, or is it
No.
same net?
No, the net's,
Different net?
it's
Smaller.
very similar, but the holes are a
I mean,
different
they
size.
don't
It's,
have back walls, or anything for.
I'm told pickleball's easier to play.
Yeah.
I haven't played, but my friends who do it say it's easier.
So.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the next meeting. One thing at a time is,
And the only other thing was about the sidewalks on Walnut. I know there's some issue or some issues brought up. Is that going to be coming up?
I don't have it on this agenda.
Okay.
It's
I
it's
took a
not
look at
something
that.
we would knock down this year anyway.
Sidewalks, I guess people could walk in the street, but sidewalks are real handy. And that's a
I
lot
got-
of walkers.
I got a lot of feedback on that we keep the sidewalks, and I agree. I think we should put new in, but it's down the list.
So we're going to wait on that, but
Probably.
it's still on the agenda.
It'll be on next
Next
month's
month?
agenda.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good.
Good. Right.
Thank you. Well, I just want to introduce myself, Fred Kinsley. I'm sure we've all heard my name a few times around here, so it's kind of time to get the air moving a little bit and kind of see what your guys' direction might want to be. I naturally, everybody already knows that, bought the motel property and wanted to do some investing in it, you know what I'm saying? Naturally, we've got all the apartments rented. They've got an all new HVAC in them. They've got an all new carpet, water, everything is good. We've had a pretty good waiting list for some more people, believe it or not. So it's been fortunate there. So our goal, I guess you would say, is something that I wanted to bring up tonight, is that to get your pulse on it. Okay, to be honest with you, is that we want to put 5 more apartments in, okay, behind there. We're looking between 30 and 40 storage units, a small convenience store, and then the apartments, convenience store, and then the, like I said, is just the small storage units, 10 by 10. They got some in Kinderhook. I just bought the property over there. They're going very well. You know what I'm saying? Have been full for a long time. People just need to stick their stuff in there once in a while. So those are our goals. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. The laundromat in the front. Okay. So we've already kind of got that found out that there's talked to a lot of people in town. Wonderful town, but a lot of people need washer and dryers. You know, so. A little expensive on the commercial side, you know, but it is investment. I think it would go good. So, you know, we're willing to do that, okay? That's what we're wanting to do, go that way. I'm just here to listen to the board to see if they're interested in stuff like that, you know, with my building permits, you know, everything working together, so on and so forth, okay? So that's what I want to hear from you guys, because to be real honest with you, with what's all went on, I've already had, you know, it appraised. Because like I said, I'm not going to stick any more money into it, which I already have, to improve it if, you know what I'm saying, if I'm going to be fighting it all the time. So it's just a question to you guys to see what goes on, you know. I think there's some things that went on through this whole process, partially my fault for not coming to this board, but I can assure you there's some things that you all don't know about. Okay, in which we could have a meeting and I could produce it to you. So, but I'm not into whatever. You know, if you guys are wanting that, that's great. I'll be glad to do that. Otherwise, I'm ready to go on, one or the other. You know, so I just need to hear from you guys if you're interested in something like that. I'll be more than happy to go forward. But I just needed to hear from the board to find out what direction they would like to see.
I'll go first. I think it's a great idea for a convenience store. I hate going to Hannibal for a gallon of milk. I mean, that's just my opinion.
No gas. I just want to let you know I'm not touching no gas. Okay?
Right. But I think it's a great idea for the convenience store, and there is people that need washer and dryers.
Yeah.
As far as the other apartments, I mean, I think the biggest beef that people had in town was when they came in town, seen tall grass and see, you know.
And you know, the thing is in that time, I'm glad you brought that up, okay? Because once this all transpired, is that once the EPA got involved, which you guys had no idea about, they wouldn't let me touch anything.
Oh, shoot.
Okay?
Yep.
So I had to pay $4,800 to cleaners just to take soil samples, okay? And then tens of thousands of dollars to have the dumpsters brought in. So when I got those fines, I was straight up pissed because I couldn't touch it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there was no communication. Nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there was no communication whatsoever. Right. So that's why I said there's a lot of things.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
But this is an investment to me. Okay, that's what this is. You know, I've seen what some poor people are going through. I'll go through another one. I like the area. You know what I'm saying? We've already kind of put some stock into it, so I like doing that. But if the board's not interested in this, it's not worth my time, you know, or your guys's.
I understand. And it does look awesome with them old apartments down, or the hotel down.
Thank you.
I think it looks a lot better because they were horrible.
Well, for years.
And,
years and years and years.
Yeah, they just got let go and forgot about.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad you bought it and improving the place. Convenience store, I'm down. I mean, I enjoy it. You know, so that's my opinion.
Hull needs an economy.
Yeah, that's
seriously.
Yeah.
We deserve an economy here to keep our property values up.
Yeah.
Without economy, we have nothing.
Yeah.
I'm all in favor of bringing outside economy into the village of Hull. It needs it.
Yep. So
and
it's worth it.
We're just not going to do it real fancy, okay? We'll have some food there, maybe chickens on Friday, or, you know, something where somebody don't want to cook a pizza, you know. It ain't going to be no big restaurant or any hoodoo like that. But, you know, we do want to serve alcohol, you know what I'm saying? That way if somebody wants to grab a 6-pack of beer, grab a pizza on the way home, they're good to go.
Yep.
You know, talked about maybe, you know, this is a big hunting county. We'd like to do a little bit with the deer hunters, you know, biscuits of gravy the mornings before. I won't be running that, I can tell you that right now, but like I said, we will have somebody, managing that. The biggest thing is, like I said, is just, permits, you know what I'm saying? If there's gonna be any roadblocks anywhere, I just wanna know right now, on record, hey, we don't want you here, which is fine, you know what I'm saying? But I am more than happy to go forward with it also. Yeah, and I apologize. My fault for not coming earlier to let you guys know, because like I said, the things that just to let you know, I've been a cop for 35 years. I'm hard-headed as hell. I can just tell you that right now, okay? There are some things that went on that, I am looking right next door, and I'm getting tickets for that shit when I got pictures of it, stamped, dated, same thing in the backyard. Now, how do you figure that out? Okay, so that you see where I'm coming with frustration too. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we can't live like that. We got to go behind us, and it is. So I just want to hear from you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. If anybody else has got any input, I'd love to hear it. So,
I do.
Okay.
I'm the one that wrote your tickets.
Okay. And yet was never posted on that door.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right, we're gonna be
It
civil.
was.
I've heard 2 cuss words. Let's not cuss at a meeting and be civil with each other. Greg came to us, wants to talk, let's talk.
I'm all for the economy because I'm a business owner. I only followed what the board initiated.
That's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
My only problem is, when you come through town, we want things to look nice.
Sure.
And you're doing a swell job. It looks great. And the other night we were coming through there, and I guess there's a little picnic table or something, and a bunch of the tenants maybe were out there, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I just, I get put on the heat because
I know where you're coming from. I've been in them shoes many a years, okay?
Yeah,
But
and-
the only reason I'm saying it, the camera never picked you up, and nobody ever gave me anything off there. Not saying, okay, got it, but from what we got, you know what I'm saying, from inside there where it was supposedly posted, it was, you know what I'm saying? I've got a posted one that took way back when Beverly owned it. And if that was what we was talking about, okay, you know what I'm saying, I'll agree with you. But as far as a new one posted on there,
this has been over a year ago.
well, no, I would have been owning it then, so.
So,
Like I said,
I mean-
bygones be bygones. It's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I just, I just think that bringing an economy in here, because I'm running a business and I've been fought the whole way. And all I'm gonna say is, we want you here. We want to see this town grow.
Absolutely.
It is going to help our property values. It's gonna help your property
Oh,
values.
that's the only reason I'm doing it, I'll be honest with you, I'm not,
If we could get a few more people that would move in the community because of your property,
With economy, you're gonna draw people. That's
Exactly.
automatic. It
exactly.
works.
I
So,
just don't want you guys to think it's gonna be a huge,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
Right.
shopping center, okay? It's just gonna have a nice full washer and dryer, have a little convenience store, 5 more new apartments, and then you would have, and by the way, the storage building's no electricity. Okay, so we'd never have them, and that's always a big ordeal with people.
Are those like
So where would you
self-storage?
set up?
They're
yeah,
just,
we're,
you being a contractor, they're a package deal. You know what I'm saying? We slap them up, put them in there. They're the same ones that Menards put up. We buy the door and just zip, zip, zip and go.
Yeah.
now where would you put
Where would you
the,
place them?
Okay, so naturally, you know where the laundromat will be in the front of the very
Right.
front part. The next 5 apartments, which would be 3 bedrooms and then 2. That's the only way I could really get them in there. Okay, because the singles are really, that people like them. I got a
Yeah.
70-year-old guy that just loves it. So that would just kind of hook onto the back, okay, to kind of square around there. And then they'd all get sided the same. That's what we're kind of waiting on, is just, unfortunately, we ran into some issues there where there wasn't really any plywood on them walls. It was just siding, okay? So that's okay, because we'll just do all that at once. Right across the parking lot, right there, With a big part of it is we're gonna put the small air co or whatever where they could just pull in behind and just go right up there. And naturally, the storage sheds are all the way in the back. So that way, you know, it ain't bothering people at the laundromat, it ain't bothering people at the air co if they wanna come in and get milk. You know, they can have it and it'll be a drive around because it'll be on both sides.
I guess.
Be 10 by 10s unless somebody says, hey, they want a 20, and we'll just take that inside wall line.
Now, how are you gonna do your water on those new apartments? Are you gonna put in individual meters?
Probably will this time if we
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets,
Yeah, that would be called out on our ordinance. It's, the way it is now is kind of grandfathered,
Right.
so we're not,
oh, I'd much rather have, believe me, because
Well,
I'm
but the
paying
new
for all of
ones,
them.
yeah.
Right.
yeah.
You would wanna do that.
Yeah.
So we
And I've
do-
only had one problem with one tenant, which that's part of it. You know, I've been in the rental business for 30 years and never had to evict anybody yet, but we're getting ready to. So, yeah.
But anyway, that's all the questions I
Okay.
have. I just
Good.
wanted to, let you know who I was.
Anybody else?
If I
I
can go
think
for
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Be happy to see it.
Well, we'd like to get started because, like I said, we just gonna be on. We've been kind of on standstill, to be honest with you, because we didn't know what direction we're gonna go, really. You know, so I didn't want to, boom, jump on it and then kind of go from there. So we would definitely like to get started. Do you guys see any requests from building permits? Anything? You know what I'm saying? Is that naturally we'll have it all staked out, everything done, you know, verbatim where everything will go. But as far as the village or the town, what are you guys requesting from me? You know what I mean? We got our liability insurance, $1 million liability insurance. We got all those things covered, okay? I'm looking for stuff internally here. Pike County, no problem. I'm good with Pike County. It would only be right here.
So we follow International Building Code 2010, or 2012, I'm sorry. And I can get you that exact copy.
Yeah.
So generally the county would cover building codes and stuff like that. There was some issues on who was responsible for building permits in town, so we adopted our own. And all it is the International Building Code 2012. And don't
Yeah.
quote me on that. Look in one of those drawers. Look in that drawer.
Well, we're the only town that can give out building permits.
There's
We tried to
lots
switch-
of drama with Pike County and building
Oh,
permits.
shoot, there's so
So-
much right here.
They say they're not responsible for building permits.
Neither is Adams County. They don't.
That's none of what I needed. I needed the building code book,
So more or less, you're
Building
just saying
code,
it's
bro.
built by code.
basically.
No, well that's.
We don't-
Full.
No, I ain't-
See nothing there.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about just right now. I mean, many of you build houses, you know, permits, all that, just down to the T, you know, access, anything like that. Hooking on with water, utilities.
Right.
Those are the things that I want to know now.
So those-
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
We would have to get together on our water supplies, and it does call out what rates for a business and how it's supposed to be installed. It's basically just a code. There's, the only thing I would double check on is hearsay around here, whether this is a floodplain or not.
it's in the floodplain.
Nobody seems to know.
Yeah, it's in the floodplain.
So I hear other things about, well, it's not in the floodplain, we don't have to follow the flood stuff anymore. That's where in your position, I'd wanna get.
I think if
really-
anybody
I
has
wanna
a
get
lien,
clear
they
on
gotta
it.
have flood insurance, is the way I've understood it.
Yeah,
It's from the railroad tracks.
Yeah,
Towards
and
the
you know,
river.
I mean, if there's such a
Yeah, why
small chance of
You
it
don't
happening.
have to.
You know, if you live on the river, then it's a different story, but you got the levee in between, so the flood insurance is a lot more reasonable. So, yeah, I was planning on it.
I'd wanna cover all your bases.
Yeah,
on that.
no, I'm
Flood,
good with
so,
that.
so flood, water and sewer ordinance, it's not gonna be a huge increase in sewer flow, but I'm pretty sure we're already set up to handle, I don't think that would be a problem.
Well, if it is, I can put septics in, that ain't a problem. You know what I'm saying, is if it's a problem with your sewer.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Well, the sewer goes right behind my house and right
Can't put a
in
septic
between
tank
where
in
the
town.
hotel was, what?
Can't put a septic tank in town.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
No,
That's
you can't.
stuff I don't wanna say for sure because I don't know off the top of my head.
Are you gonna do a 1 inch, line for the
Water?
laundromat?
You know, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's got plenty of flow right now. I don't know what the hell's going in there, but it's got quite a bit. But we ripped it all out. We're starting from scratch because I don't want to have a water flood in the middle of the
I can't
night.
say.
Right.
It goes into
I imagine it's a 1 inch because I did check. I mean, it's got some pretty good pressure in there.
1 inch.
So, and you know, we're not crazy. We're only gonna probably do 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Where's your hand dryers? You know what I'm saying? So, most of the time people can take their time and see if there's somebody in there. Because I'm gonna do a 24-hour deal. That way they can just go in when they want, get it done, and you know, people work days or nights, they can go in there and do it.
Right.
So, I guess what you would need from us is the water and sewer ordinance. The International Building Code is a pretty standard book you can get. We only have 1 copy, but
No, I don't need that. I appreciate it. I'm good there.
it covers everything.
Yeah.
The flood stuff, that really wouldn't be on the town, that'd be on you.
Yeah, well, no, that's an insurance.
And, there'd just be a couple loose ends to tie up, but off the top of my head, you'd need our water and sewer ordinance. I can't think of anything else.
So we could have
Well, I
gambling
think you
machines
don't
in
need
there
to
as
know.
well.
You know, maybe down the line, you know what I'm saying? I just can't, I'm not planning on that yet. You know, baby steps a little bit, you know? I wouldn't mind, you know, like I said, is that, you know, I wouldn't put the 6 in there, I don't think, just a 4 if somebody wants to come in and, you know, and do something like, you know, it's a pretty good gig, that I do know for the town.
Yeah.
Because it's a third, and third. So, you know, I get a third, you guys get a third, and then the state gets a third for doing nothing.
Yep.
So it is a pretty good revenue. And if you ever look at that online,
It's
did
staggering.
you see the one down at Hull?
Down at Max, they,
That is the highest one in the area.
yep, right by
Right by the
Tuesday
bridge.
line.
Yes, you look in there, it's unreal what they bring in a month.
It's
There's
almost
always
touching
people
40.
there.
Isn't that amazing?
So I guess that would go to the county.
There's people that walk.
Is that the county? You get
Yeah.
that then? Not you
Yep,
guys?
not us, because
Yeah,
that,
be Pike County.
and they're out of time, but 2 state lines, man, so you got Missouri
Yeah,
and
oh, I know.
it's packed all the
I've
time.
been looking at it because it's just unreal. But
The
Call
county
out.
seems to wanna jump in when it's profitable for
Oh, yeah,
them, but if it's
yeah.
not, they don't wanna get involved. So that'd be something, another thing you'd wanna dot your i's and cross your t's.
And liquor license is
yeah,
that's a very
That's
hard
a-
thing to get.
it is. Yeah.
Well, for this
Actually,
town, 'cause we're still considered dry.
Not necessarily, we've talked about that
yeah,
before.
we
Well,
kind of researched
anyway,
a little bit of it.
I
What I'm
mean-
saying is that
Produce the ordinance that says that.
Right.
there was still 2 available licenses as of about a month ago in Pike County. So
Do they only give out so many?
they do.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Kennewick
Yeah, I checked
got
into
one
that.
that
Just
never
'cause,
used
you know,
it.
if you're gonna do it, you might as well
Yeah.
make sure you know.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Wow.
So then, okay, let's just say someone else has got the other 2. Does a person have to wait?
Well,
Or
yeah,
do
until
they-
one would open up, they
Okay.
won't give you another one. You
Isn't
know,
that something?
once there's so many in Pike County, you're
You're done.
shut down, yeah.
So isn't, Hull dry,
Produce
always
the
been the
ordinance that
rumor.
says so.
or is it in favor of,
I've always heard that,
Me too.
but
it doesn't have to be.
Kinderhook got one.
Yeah, I
They
don't
don't
think it
use
has
it.
to be dry anymore.
I don't, like I said, produce the ordinance that says it's not, or that it is.
Do we have a voice in that?
No.
You-
That's one of the things the county, they profit off of, so they take control of it.
The county does?
Now, the county told me they have no problem when I went to check as far as Hull. They told me the only thing I had to worry about is any issues you guys would have.
Yeah, and that's the line we went back and forth with. So like, there's another town in Pike County right now in litigation with the county, cause the county says it's not our problem to do building permits, but it is. We've landed on that gray area for so long. The county, everybody was just building willy-nilly, and so we adopted the 2012, and that's what we've been through ever since. And don't quote me on the 2012. I may have that number wrong. I can get you the exact ordinance.
Well, I was thinking the 2012 building code is the regulations of building something. The building permit is going with that 911 address. So when we do a property in Quincy, 935 Elm, that building permit goes to 935 Elm. They don't go with any, now, naturally, we gotta follow the code with the electrician, the plumber, all that bull crap, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I thought you were talking about, is the building code of the regulations, how the building had to be built.
I don't have enough knowledge to say either
Okay.
way yet. I'd have to get more. But I mean, just the county said, well, we've never issued permits the whole. We've
Yeah.
got drawers full of them in that room.
Yeah.
It's, no, we never.
I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? As long as you guys are good with it, they're good with it, then we're good. I don't want no hidden agendas.
Right.
I don't have enough information to answer all those questions yet.
It'll be built by code. That's, I'm not worried about that one. But as far as the permit, I don't want to get jammed up and say, hey,
Right.
this is 6 inches off of what you said. No,
Right.
you know.
And that'd be a Chris Schultz thing. I'd fill him in. I'd say, hey, I need help with this. I'm just a mechanic. I don't know anything about building code. So that's what I have him for.
No, I mean, you just can't afford to go around the corner anymore.
No, I'm not just gonna.
I mean, all them, same way. You know, there's square D boxes in all the new apartments. You know, the electricians hooked up the new heating and air. I just don't,
Right.
I'm not gonna put myself in that liability.
All right. Any other questions, comments?
I'm all for it.
Me too.
Any nays? Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
So, are you talking about putting a laundromat in where the restaurant is at now, or was?
Well, I didn't even know it was a restaurant.
There used to be a little convenience store. There was
Yeah.
a little
And it had a
laundromat there
laundromat in it,
too.
Yeah, it had all the, it's why I said, it's got a lot of water in there, you know what I'm saying, so.
Way
it's
back
got
in the
some
day,
pretty-
you could rent some VHS tapes.
They're probably still in there.
Yes,
Probably.
yeah.
And then,
The little convenience store,
Yeah.
right across from that in the big yard. You know where the sign is?
Mhm.
Right there is with that. And then the apartments go on the back side towards the field, okay, curves
will
around.
continue from.
Yes,
and
from
then
where
just
they
go
are.
back,
Yep.
And then maybe turn.
Yeah, just that probably that last one's gonna turn a little bit, just go to the property line and then you go right down there and that's when we'd start the
Storage
storage
units
units,
behind,
yeah.
along the back.
Right, yep.
We still got a little bit of land. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
wanna
oh,
put-
yeah.
Put a
Whatever.
mini golf up or something.
Yeah.
All right, we ready to move on to the
Thank you all.
Go ahead.
Appreciate it. Sorry about the tardiness.
only got two more things. Code hearing reports.
Don't have anything.
No updates. Board member comments. We'll start with Quentin, I guess. Might be the table. I don't know which way's which.
We need to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Thank you. Can we approve the
Oh.
minutes?
Good call, Quinn.
That's not
We
the
don't
first
have
time
that.
you've caught me on that. Approve the August minutes.
Yep.
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Drop the ball on that one.
I don't have anything.
Alright. Sheila?
I do.
Okay.
I have been questioned again about taking pictures of our maintenance person, and it needs to stop.
I haven't heard anything since last month.
The picnic, I had 3 people stop me and ask me why I was taking pictures of Claire. I'm not taking pictures of him, and I'm not taking his mail.
I haven't heard that either.
That came out of his mouth. I want it stopped. I'm a very, very busy person. Anybody can come.
Who's running around with the camera? Who's saying that it's you?
I'm not gonna say who said it was me. he did online. And at the picnic, I had 3 people question me. I'm not doing it. Do I have a white SUV? Yes, I do. But there's several, and there is one particular SUV belongs to a homeowner that used to cause a lot of trouble.
I know who you're talking about.
I don't know who it is. All I can say is it's not me. And I want the rumors to stop. And they have to stop from the top.
We're gonna put that in the minutes as noted. Can you put that in the minutes? That the request for the picture was stopped?
I don't want to be accused of it because I'm not doing it.
Okay.
And I think everybody knows here that if I did something, I'll tell you I did it.
Okay, we'll enter that into the minutes.
But I want,
In the records.
I expect an apology for being accused of something I didn't do. And if it keeps up from the person that's accusing me, I will go to higher measures. I'm tired of it. I'm not bothering him. I don't care what he does. He knows his job, but I'm not taking his mail and I'm not taking pictures. And the day he said I took pictures, I was at home. I had people there. I had my husband there and I had my employee there at the time that he said I was taking pictures. I did not do it.
Okay.
If I want to take pictures, I'll say, hey, Claire, I'm going to take a picture.
Okay.
But I want it stopped, and I expect an apology.
Okay, we'll enter that into the minutes.
How about the grass down there where everybody has to dump? It's about that tall. Not quite, but we don't mow it. It's ours to mow, right? Shouldn't we be taking care of that so people can pull in there and dump the grass and?
I don't know if it's addressed in the agreement, but it's.
Well, I mean, that's
common
kind of our.
courtesy. It's
I would
courtesy.
think so.
It
So-
can be mowed, yeah.
I'm afraid to go over there, so I have a monitor, because I heard about the hole that's the size of a meteorite, so.
Well, it's definitely bumper high. Let's put it that way.
Yep,
So
can mow
we
it.
need to mow it.
We can mow it.
And then I have decided to resign. So we need to find somebody to get in to take my place because I'm done.
Okay, so in order for that to happen, it has to be in writing and noted.
It can be in writing. Yep. That's all I have.
Okay.
I'll give it to you here, not tonight, but soon.
I would, if you want to contact Chris.
Yep. Not a problem.
I have a document for when someone resigned before. I
That'll
would
work
talk to
just
Chris.
fine.
But I do know that has to be notarized
Yep.
and in writing.
Not a problem.
Bobby,
I don't have a thing.
Roger. All right, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays?
Who did that?
I don't.
I think there was 2 seconds, so whoever you feel like.
Like, that was too fast.
I'll leave this pen so that I.
Did you guys get your checks from last meeting?
I laid them over there. Yep.
Thank you, Kim. Is that the one there? Yeah, we'll go with the one that is the lowest one. I mean, when they're all the same price or something, and they list the same material.
No, but maybe we can start asking him questions if he knows these things.
What is it?